Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Today, you guys have to hear what the inspiration is going to be today. If you're new to the page, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. But if you're just been hanging with me for a while and just been learning and earning, just hit the like. Don't hit subscribe again. All right. Today, listen, I'm gonna go over the market in about 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm going to have my Sunday inspiration. And today's inspiration, you just got to hear this. All right, good people. So the market, jobs are softening. We see that. We had CPI and PPI. We know that what? Inflation is falling, right? Mortgage rates are falling. And the Fed on the 18th, this coming week, will do his first interest rate cut. Now, there is a lot of discussion whether it would be 50 or 25. I believe it's 25. I've been right the last 18 times. Let's see if I'm wrong this time. But I just believe he'll do 25 because this Fed moves slow. He was slow to increase rates, saying that, it was transitory. Inflation was transitory. Now he's slow to decrease interest rates. So let's talk about our money really quick. I made a video on yesterday, and it was full of nuggets of how you can play this market. Remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. You must make your own decisions, and you must do your own due diligence. All right? Don't just listen to Larry. I want you guys to do the work, okay? But I do a lot of homework for you guys, and then I just bring it, and then you make a decision for yourself. For those that have been bearish all year, you've missed out on a lot of money, right? And we've been in a lot of plays, even when we thought the market was high. We've been in a lot of plays, right? And we've made a lot of money. Now, we don't know what's going to happen from here to October. What traditionally happens is November is up, and I showed you guys the chart where there's a slow sell-off. We know that traditionally September is one of the worst months, and this September got front end, and now it has taken off again. All right, so I always say, and I've been saying for most of this year, that it's not good to put all your money in. That's what Larry is not doing. I'm going to correct that. I'm not putting all my money in. I'm only putting a portion of my money in. And then at this point, I've just been putting in 25% of the money that I would normally invest and keeping the rest in cash. Why? Just in case there's a pullback. And I'm staying diversified, not putting it all in one stock. So all of my money is not in Tesla. All of my money is not in Nvidia. All of my money is not in Apple, okay? But I'm diversified. But I'm here to tell you, AI is just a monster. It's a beast that's going to push the market upward long term. Okay, so long term, I'm extremely bullish, right? And so if there is a pullback, Larry is going in, and I'm just going to hold and continue to invest. Told you guys what I'm doing with my crypto. Kind of the same thing, right? We got in at the right time last year. There's still room and time to do some accumulation in crypto, though I want to see what crypto does when the Fed starts lowering interest rates, okay? Now let's talk about that as it pertains to stocks. On the stock market, it's real iffy, right? There's times when the Fed starts to lower interest rates that the stock market actually take an immediate dip, and there's times when it actually runs up. Now, I will tell you that Mr. Tom Lee, who's been correct, he expects it to run up this time, all right? And Jeremy Siegel, from the Wharton Business School, he expects the market to take off, right? I'm not as bullish as they are. So If it does, I'm good because I've been accumulating all of this time. And so I don't worry about having all of my money in and risking the market taking off. I've just been putting my money in over the years. Follow? Let me know what you have been doing, okay? And so we're going to wait and see what the market does. And I'm telling you guys right now, do not overreact. Myself, I kept all of my long term, and I did the same thing for Tesla, and I still have my Apple, my Microsoft, my Amazon, follow, but I'm also still dollar cost averaging into the S&P 500, VOO, VTI. Those never stop for me. They never stop. Okay. Now I may pull back on the amount, but they never stop. But all I know is that AI is going to be so big. Nvidia is going to win. Apple's going to win. Microsoft is going to win. All of those companies will win on this AI boom. All right. And so that's what I'm looking for. If you believe that AI is a bubble and it's over, leave me a comment. I don't. I think we're just in the first quarter of this AI movement that's going to go on strong for the next 5 years. That's what I believe. All right, good people. So now let me take a minute before we get to the inspiration and mention the event. Look, this event, we got a venue. This venue have theater style seating, and we got a huge stage. We got lighting. We got great sound. We got a super band coming. Maurice Fitzgerald, Calvin Rogers, Joey Woolfolk. And then you got myself. I'm going to pour into you guys stocks and crypto. And then we got stocks with Josh is going to come in. We're going to show you guys some things on the charts. Listen, don't wait. Get your ticket now, because this event, I made it so cheap, is going to make you money for a lifetime. Don't just come yourself, bring someone, okay? Now, you had to hear that, but you also have to hear this. I have a friend sitting here with me. You guys remember Ron, my buddy Ron. I had him on the show numerous times. So he has a friend, he has a brother-in-law actually, and he took sick. And I asked, I said, I call him Jim. I said, how's Jim doing? And he's like, not so good. And Jim went through some life-changing situations. And I'm just going to tell you right now, he is a living, walking miracle. This is my inspiration. Hey, Jim, how you doing, man?
Good to be with you, Larry. Haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been a while. This man was in a coma for how long?
I woke up after 2.5 months, so yeah, it was a little over 2 months for sure.
Take a few minutes, take them from what happened, and then make sure you tell them what the doctors told your family to do while you were unconscious. What they suggested, and then how your wife prayed for you and what happened. Go ahead.
Yeah, she definitely supported me at first. It just out of the blue, I was 100% healthy. And then I guess I said I wasn't feeling well at work. I don't even recall that part of it. I went to see the nurse where I work, and she, he'll probably be okay. Maybe he's just coming down with something. But then it started getting worse, so I ended up getting taken to the ER, where the doctor looked at me and said, well, he's just dehydrated. So, I mean, that's not a big deal. If you're working, you just get to go home because you're dehydrated. Go drink some water, and you'll be okay. You'll be fine. And if you have to, you could leave for the rest of the day, but it's not a big deal to be dehydrated at that point. Well, then shortly thereafter, I start bleeding out of my eyes, my nose, coughing up blood. At that point, I don't even recall those things, but my daughter explained what she witnessed, and it was horrifying to see that. And then rushed me to a hospital where it took over, and some of the first Advice that they would give to my daughter and wife is just to let him go. I mean, if he lives, he's going to be blind. He won't be able to talk. He's not going to have a memory because his brain's going to be shot, and he probably won't walk again. Well, I could do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I have to say all this is due to prayer, not
Right.
anything the doctors did, because they just sent me home and said drink water.
Right.
At that point, and
So after you went unconscious, so you went into a coma at that point?
Yeah. It was about 2.5 months before I even woke up.
Joanne, Ron's wife, my buddy Ron's wife, she was in tears because you were in a coma. She told me he's in a coma, non-responsive, and the doctors were saying just pull the plug.
Yeah.
You go talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I didn't hear any of this, but they were talking to my wife and my daughter and telling them, you know, they told him all those issues, that he'll be blind, he won't be able to see, talk, walk, or anything else. And, you know, if you don't have to do it right away if you don't want to, but we would recommend possibly disconnecting his oxygen and letting him go peacefully, because right now he's at peace. He's like sleeping for the most part, and just let him go. And that was, I think, day one that so I mean, they really didn't even go into trying to fix me.
Right. They just gave up on
just let him go. And I mean, maybe they've seen it enough to where that's been the case. But I guess after my incident personally, I would say, well, maybe the others would have been fine too.
Yeah.
And I can't really speak for them, but I do know that Jesus saved me.
Yeah.
He brought me back.
Right.
And when I woke up, I had no idea why the numerous nurses and doctors would come in my room, look at my chart, and they'd be shaking their heads and say, "You're a miracle. You are a miracle." I mean,
when a doctor says you're a miracle, you're a true miracle.
Yeah, and it was numerous. So I mean, I don't even know how many it was that came in, and like, you should not even be alive, and if you're alive, you shouldn't be talking or be able to see us.
And he personally knows a doctor.
Yeah.
And that doctor was crying.
Yeah.
Which is a miracle.
Yeah, he was crying.
A friend of his is a doctor, and the doctor
expected
him to pass.
Yeah.
And he was crying.
Yeah.
And so your wife was praying over you while you were in this coma.
Yes.
Your wife was praying. Take 30 seconds and talk about that.
Well, I mean, she was very faithful, even though they were trying to talk her into just letting me go. And she's like, no, I feel like I can pray and he's going to be okay. He's coming through this. And I got to mention also that numerous churches, I mean, it spread like wildfire. And I certainly appreciate that. I mean, I can't say enough appreciation for all the people.
Right. I was praying for you. We were praying for you.
Yeah. I mean,
praying for a miracle.
And people that I've worked with, they would go to like outlets where we buy our plumbing supplies and stuff like that, and they would say, well, let's pray for them. And they mean, look, I mean, I want to pray for them right now, not I'm going to pray for them. Good to see you. To other employees that were speaking to these people, they said, no, come in the office. We're going to pray right now. I mean, these people are fabulous. Yeah. You know, to think of others. Right. Because, I mean, you know, with the society, it seems like a lot of people are
divided right now.
Yeah.
And God is still working miracles.
He's still working, for sure.
Yeah. So, good people.
Good people.
This is, I'm going to shut this. This is what I had to say today. He is a living miracle. This is my inspirational for today. He is my inspirational for today. I'm sorry, I got to open it back up. I want the light to shine on you. He is my inspirational for today. He is, you know, my inspiration for today is God is.
Yes.
God is.
Yeah.
And someone's going to say, God is what? He is. He's the doctor.
Yeah.
He's the lawyer. Yeah. He's the doctor of the doctors. lawyers.
Yes.
He's the lawyer of the lawyers, right?
Yes.
He gives life. He takes life. God is in control.
Yes.
God is everything. And I know that this is the financial page, but I'm telling you right now, when I saw him yesterday, I was just, my mouth flew open. And then I said, he's not going to remember me. First thing it is, hey, Larry, how you doing? How's your wife doing? Da, da, da. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And because he physically, he lost a lot of weight. Yeah. And he was telling me how when he woke up, you said you thought you was asleep for like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, it seemed like I just dozed off and I woke up.
And it was 3 months later.
Yeah.
Wow. And so, good people, I'm going to tell you, you're going to say, Larry, you keep preaching on Sunday. Yep, yeah. I am. And I'm just telling you, with all of the hate and all of the division that's going on, especially until this election comes, you got to understand that God is in control. Don't put your faith in man. Don't put your faith in me. Put your faith in God. God is in control. And that's my inspiration for the day. I'm not cutting this out. I'm not watering it down. You know what I tell them, Jim?
What's that?
I will always use my fame to proclaim his name.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's what I'm going to continue to do until the day I die.
Yeah, I love that.
Because at the end of the day, there's no Brinks trucks going to heaven or hell.
No.
Yeah, so I just wanted to encourage you. I was just so blown away by Jim's story. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
For sharing this story. Guys, if him sharing this has touched you in any way, please leave me a comment, because it really is touched. I know him. This is not something I read about. I know him. I knew when family members were just crying, had given you up.
Yeah.
They were just crying and saying he's gone because he was in a coma. Doctors saying, just let him go.
He's over, yeah.
But here he is.
Yeah.
There he is. And so that, what you're seeing now, you're seeing God working.
Yeah, absolutely.
And whatever your situation is, sometimes God puts you in a situation where you can't do anything, because then you have to what? Depend on him. And that's all God wants from us. Yeah. So I'm going to leave that alone. I know this is probably going to get squeezed, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I want somebody to be moved and touched by these Sunday inspirations. All right, good people. I'm going to leave it right there, because I'm just still in awe sitting next to this gentleman right here, man. Thank you so much. All right.
Guys.
Love you guys. Make sure you check out the links below. Don't wait and get your tickets. But if Jim's testimony has touched you in any way, the stock stuff, we're going to continue to make money. Mm-hmm. But if his testimony has touched you in any way, please leave a comment. All right. Live, love, laugh, and learn. We'll see you later.